Susan Boyle is a name that stunned the world and captured hearts when she first appeared on Britain's Got Talent in 2009. Her story is one of hope, perseverance, and talent that defied the odds. Born in a small village in Scotland, Susan grew up in a humble home as the youngest of 9 children. Life was not easy for her or her family. Her mother was in her late 40s when she gave birth, which was considered risky at the time, and her father, who had fought in World War II, struggled with his own inner battles. Susan faced health challenges from birth and was diagnosed with what doctors thought was mild brain damage due to oxygen deprivation. She also had epilepsy, which caused her faint at times, making school life difficult and leaving her vulnerable to teasing and bullying from her peers. Despite the hardships, Susan developed a love for music early on, though she remained largely unnoticed for years. Her childhood was marked by isolation and struggle, but these experiences shaped the determination and resilience that would later define her life. She learned to find comfort in music and her faith, which remained constant guides through her early years. Although labeled a slow learner by her teachers and often misunderstood, Susan's spirit never fully dimmed. She quietly nurtured her talent, waiting for the right opportunity to share her extraordinary voice with the world. Her story is a testament to the fact that even in the quietest, most overlooked lives, greatness can emerge when the moment is right. For many years, Susan lived a life of quiet dedication, caring for her aging parents and managing her family responsibilities while nurturing her passion for music in private. Her sister Kathleen, who was her biggest supporter, encouraged her to share her voice, but tragedy struck when Kathleen passed away unexpectedly. The grief Susan experienced was profound, causing her to stop singing entirely for a period. Her mother, Bridget, provided guidance and emotional support, reminding Susan that her talent was a gift meant to be shared. In the late 1990s, Susan recorded a few songs for charity and even made a demo tape of her singing, but no one outside her small Scottish community noticed her gift. Many of her efforts were met with rejection, leaving her heartbroken but never defeated. Despite these challenges, Susan's resolve to pursue music persisted quietly. Her life during these years was marked by dedication, patience, and an unwavering hope that one day her voice would reach the world. She continued caring for her family while nurturing her talent in private, demonstrating remarkable resilience. The setbacks and losses she faced only strengthened her determination, building the foundation for a moment that would change her life forever. It was during these years that Susan's story of quiet perseverance began, a story that would later inspire millions. In 2009. At the age of 47, Susan Boyle took the courageous step that would change her life. She auditioned for Britain's Got Talent, stepping onto the stage of the Clyde Auditorium in Glasgow with a simple gold dress and no pretense. Initially, both the audience and judges doubted her, underestimating the quiet woman standing before them. But as soon as Susan began singing I Dreamed a Dream from Les Miserables, the room fell silent. Her voice, rich and powerful, captivated everyone in the audience. Simon Cowell, Amanda Holden, and Piers Morgan, who had initially been skeptical, were left stunned. The performance became an instant phenomenon. Clips of her audition spread rapidly across the internet, amassing millions of views within days. People around the world were amazed by her talent, not only because of her voice, but because of her story, a woman who had faced countless challenges, finally stepping into the spotlight. Her audition became more than a performance. It became a symbol of hope, reminding people that true talent can emerge from unexpected places. That night marked the beginning of Susan's incredible rise to fame, as she captured the hearts of millions with her authenticity, humility, and extraordinary musical talent. Following her stunning audition, Susan advanced through Britain's Got Talent, singing with unmatched emotion and poise. Her performances in the semi-finals and final demonstrated her versatility, as she performed songs like Memory from the musical Cats. Though she did not win the competition, finishing second to the dance group Diversity, her career trajectory had already been transformed. The public's fascination with her story and talent continued to grow, and she quickly became a global sensation. News outlets across the world covered her rise, and social media exploded with admiration for the Scottish singer. Susan's fame was immediate and intense, thrusting her into a world she had never imagined. Offers for interviews, performances, and record deals poured in, and she became a household name overnight. Despite the pressures of sudden fame, she remained grounded, maintaining her simple lifestyle and staying connected to her roots. Her story resonated universally because it was a powerful reminder that dreams can come true at any stage in life, and that perseverance, patience, and authenticity are invaluable qualities. Susan's career following Britain's Got Talent was extraordinary. Her debut album, I Dreamed a Dream, broke records in both the UK and the United States, selling millions of copies within the first week. She became the first woman in the UK to have 3 consecutive #1 albums, and her success continued to grow worldwide. Beyond commercial success, Susan's performances touched audiences emotionally. She performed for dignitaries, including singing at Windsor Castle for Queen Elizabeth's Diamond Jubilee, showcasing her status as a cultural icon and national treasure. Her rise demonstrated that talent combined with determination could overcome societal expectations and stereotypes about age and appearance. Susan's journey inspired countless people, showing that life's obstacles could be overcome with persistence and courage. Her achievements were not merely about numbers or fame. They were about breaking barriers, challenging perceptions, and demonstrating the power of human resilience and hope. Fans admired not only her voice, but also her humility, kindness, and commitment to helping others. Despite her success, Susan's personal life remained complex, and she faced new challenges even after achieving fame. Health issues, including a diagnosis of type 2 diabetes, required lifestyle changes and discipline to maintain her singing career. In 2022, she suffered a stroke that temporarily affected her ability to speak and sing, testing her resilience once again. Her recovery required years of intense rehabilitation, including speech therapy, voice exercises, and physical workouts to regain strength and confidence. Susan's determination and positive attitude allowed her to overcome these challenges, returning to the public eye and performing again with inspiring strength. Her journey from illness back to performance demonstrated that perseverance is a lifelong practice and that obstacles can be met with courage, patience, and hope. By 2025, she had returned to social media, sharing updates on her music, charity work, and personal triumphs, reigniting excitement among fans around the world. Susan's story continued to inspire generations, proving that talent, resilience, and hope are timeless qualities that can overcome even the most daunting challenges. Susan Boyle's rise to fame was not only a story of talent, but also a story of perseverance, patience, and the ability to keep believing in oneself despite repeated setbacks. Even after the world noticed her incredible voice, she faced challenges that tested her emotionally and physically. The media attention was overwhelming at times, with reporters often intruding on her privacy or exaggerating stories about her reactions and personal life. Some stories suggested she had outbursts or behaved erratically, but close friends and family clarified that these were often misunderstandings. The intense scrutiny of sudden fame created pressure that could have overwhelmed anyone, yet Susan managed to navigate it with remarkable grace. She learned to set boundaries, protect her mental health, and focus on what truly mattered: her music, her family, and her fans. Her resilience during this period became another chapter in her story, teaching a valuable lesson about the importance of self-care and the need to stay true to oneself even under extraordinary circumstances. While fame brought incredible opportunities, it also brought challenges that required Susan to remain grounded, disciplined, and patient. She handled both the highs and the lows, showing the world that even after experiencing sudden global recognition, it is possible to maintain dignity, humility, and focus. During this time, Susan also became a role model for people with neurodiverse conditions. In her early life, she had been misunderstood, labeled as slow or mentally impaired, and faced bullying due to her epilepsy and Asperger's syndrome. Later, when the truth about her intelligence and capabilities emerged, she used her platform to raise awareness and inspire others. Many people saw themselves in her story. Someone who had struggled silently, hidden their talents, and faced judgment, yet eventually rose to prominence through sheer talent and determination. Susan's example encouraged people of all ages to believe in their potential, no matter the obstacles they faced. She also quietly continued charitable work, participating in fundraising concerts and recording songs for charitable causes, showing that her fame did not make her forget the struggles of others. Her authenticity and kindness endeared her even more to the public. Fans admired not only her musical talent, but also her humility, generosity, and resilience, which gave her story an emotional depth that extended far beyond entertainment. Susan became a symbol of hope for many, illustrating that success is not just measured in wealth or recognition, but in the courage to overcome challenges and stay true to oneself as her career progressed. Susan achieved remarkable milestones that set her apart in the music industry. Her debut album, I Dreamed a Dream, broke records for first-week sales both in the UK and the US, and she became the first woman to have 3 consecutive albums debut at number 1. Her achievements were even more remarkable given that she had no formal training, had started her career later in life, and was largely unknown outside of her small Scottish community before Britain's Got Talent. Susan's albums, I Dreamed a Dream, The Gift, and Someone to Watch Over Me, not only showcased her vocal abilities, but also reflected her emotional depth and storytelling skill. Millions of people around the world were touched by her songs, and her music became a source of comfort, inspiration, and joy for countless fans. She also performed at prestigious events, including singing Mulligan Tyre at Windsor Castle for the Diamond Jubilee of Queen Elizabeth II, accompanied by the Royal Scots Dragoon Guards. Her recognition and success showed that talent could flourish at any age, and that life's unexpected turns could lead to extraordinary achievements. Susan's career milestones prove that perseverance, authenticity, and a deep love for music could overcome societal expectations, age barriers, and the skepticism of others. She became not just a singer, but a cultural icon, admired globally for her dedication, humility, and remarkable voice. Despite her professional success, Susan faced significant personal challenges that shaped her journey and her perspective on life. She was diagnosed with type 2 diabetes, which required careful attention to her diet and lifestyle to maintain her health and singing ability. In April 2022, she suffered a stroke, which affected her voice and her ability to speak. The recovery process was long and demanding, requiring speech therapy, vocal exercises, and physical rehabilitation over several years. Susan approached this challenge with the same determination she had shown throughout her life. She spent more than 1,000 hours rebuilding her voice and regaining strength on her left side, demonstrating that resilience and hard work could overcome even the most daunting obstacles. During this time, she maintained a positive attitude, sharing glimpses of her recovery and daily routines with her team and, eventually, with fans. Her story of recovery highlighted the human capacity for perseverance and the power of hope, showing that setbacks, no matter how serious, can be met with courage and determination. By early 2025, Susan had regained approximately 90% of her vocal ability and was ready to reconnect with her audience, proving that strength and optimism could triumph over adversity. In 2023, Susan made a triumphant return to the public stage, performing once again on Britain's Got Talent. She sang I Dreamed a Dream, the same song that had introduced her to the world, and the audience responded with overwhelming emotion, many in tears. Judges and fans alike praised the performance as one of the most moving in the show's history. Susan's return was not just a comeback. It was a testament to human resilience, determination, and the power of following one's dreams despite life's challenges. She continued to engage with her fans through social media, posting updates about her recovery, upcoming music, charity projects, and joyful moments with her team. Her 2025 social media announcement, I'm back, definitely back. Thank you for waiting. New music, new dreams, new beginnings, garner hundreds of thousands of likes and thousands of supportive comments, reflecting the enduring love and admiration her fans held for her. Susan's comeback reinforced her image as an inspirational figure, showing that setbacks and personal hardships do not have to define a person's life story. Her journey continues to inspire audiences worldwide, reminding them that courage, persistence, and hope can lead to remarkable achievements and renewed beginnings. Beyond music, Susan Boyle's life story has inspired documentaries, interviews, and books that celebrate her resilience, talent, and humanity. She has become a symbol for people overcoming adversity and following their passions regardless of age, background, or personal challenges. Fans worldwide admire not only her voice, but also her humility, generosity, and strength in facing both fame and personal difficulties. Her influence has extended beyond entertainment, encouraging people to believe in themselves and pursue their dreams even in the face of obstacles. Susan's life demonstrates that true success encompasses emotional strength, resilience, and the ability to inspire others, not just fame or financial wealth. As of 2025, she continues to perform, engage with charitable causes, and plan new projects, proving that her story is far from over. Susan Boyle remains an enduring figure of hope and inspiration, showing that life can be transformed at any moment by courage, talent, and determination. Susan Boyle's journey, from a quiet life in Blackburn to global stardom, is a story that resonates with millions around the world. Her life illustrates how challenges, personal hardships, and societal expectations can be overcome with perseverance, talent, and faith in oneself. From facing early health issues, social stigma, and family struggles, to achieving incredible musical success and recovering from severe health setbacks, Susan's story is a testament to resilience. She has become a role model for countless people who feel overlooked, misunderstood, or underestimated. Her music continues to touch hearts, and her personal story provides hope that no matter the obstacles, dreams can be realized at any stage in life. By 2025, Susan Boyle is not just a celebrated singer, but an enduring inspiration whose journey teaches lessons about courage, determination, and the power of hope, showing the world that it is never too late to pursue one's passions and make a difference. Susan Boyle is one of the most remarkable stories in modern music history. From a quiet life in Scotland to becoming a global sensation, her journey has inspired millions. In 2009, she took the world by surprise with a single audition on Britain's Got Talent, proving that talent and perseverance can overcome any obstacle. But who is Susan Boyle today, in 2025? This article explores her life, challenges, and achievements in detail. Susan Boyle was born in a small village in Scotland, the youngest of 9 children. Her mother, Bridget, was in her late 40s when she gave birth to Susan, which was considered risky at the time. Her father, Patrick, had returned from World War II deeply changed and sometimes struggled with anger and emotional instability. Growing up in a small house with limited means, Susan often felt out of place. Susan Boyle's journey from a small village in Scotland to global fame is a remarkable story of talent, perseverance, and resilience that has inspired millions around the world. Born in the early 1960s as the youngest of 9 children, Susan grew up in a modest household in Blackburn, Scotland, where life was far from easy. Her mother, Bridget, was in her late 40s when she gave birth, and her father, Patrick, a World War II veteran, struggled with emotional instability, creating a challenging environment for a young girl. From the very beginning, Susan faced obstacles that might have discouraged many others. She was born with health complications due to insufficient oxygen, and early doctors mistakenly diagnosed her with mild brain damage. Susan also developed epilepsy, which caused fainting spells that drew ridicule from classmates, and teachers often labeled her as a slow learner, sometimes punishing her harshly. Despite these hardships, she found solace in music and faith, nurturing her natural singing talent even as the world around her seemed to underestimate her abilities. Her teenage years and early adulthood were marked by continued struggle as she experienced rejection from peers, difficulties in school, and personal heartbreak, including the loss of her beloved sister Kathleen, who had always been a source of encouragement. Susan remained at home to care for her aging parents, sacrificing her personal ambitions to support her family, and her life remained quiet and largely unknown until she made a life-changing decision to audition for television. In 2009, at the age of 47, Susan walked onto the stage of Britain's Got Talent wearing a simple gold dress and appearing nervous and unassuming, with little expectation from the audience or the judges. The moment she opened her mouth and sang "I Dreamed a Dream" from Les Miserables, the room fell silent, and her extraordinary voice captivated millions worldwide, immediately transforming her from a quiet, overlooked woman into an international sensation. Despite finishing second in the competition, her fame skyrocketed, and she released her debut album, also titled "I Dreamed a Dream," which broke records in the UK, US, and around the world. Over the next few years, she released additional albums, including The Gift and Someone to Watch Over Me, becoming the first woman in UK history to have 3 consecutive #1 albums, and performing at prestigious events such as Windsor Castle for Queen Elizabeth II's Diamond Jubilee. Susan's personal life, however, was not without challenges. She faced type 2 diabetes, family conflicts related to sudden wealth, and in 2022, a stroke that threatened her voice and mobility, forcing her into an intensive recovery period of nearly 3 years. Through dedication, daily therapy, and relentless perseverance, she regained about 90% of her voice by early 2025, marking a miraculous comeback. On her 64th birthday in April 2025, she returned to social media with a simple message: "I'm back. Definitely back. Thank you for waiting." New music, new dreams, new beginnings, which was met with widespread excitement from fans worldwide. Today, Susan Boyle remains grounded despite her extraordinary fame and wealth, living simply in her Scottish hometown, engaging in charitable work, planning new music releases, and inspiring millions with her story of hope and resilience. Her life demonstrates that talent can emerge at any stage, that perseverance can overcome adversity, and that even after setbacks, personal determination and faith in oneself can lead to a triumphant return. Susan's story is not only about music. It is a testament to courage, the power of the human spirit, and the lasting impact of believing in one's dreams, showing that genuine talent, authenticity, and resilience are more important than fame, appearance, or age. Susan Boyle's childhood was filled with both challenges and moments that quietly shaped the resilience she would later need to navigate fame and personal trials. Born in a small village in Scotland as the youngest of 9 children, Susan's arrival into the family was marked by both risk and hope. Her mother, Bridget, was in her late 40s when she gave birth, which was considered medically risky at the time, and her father, Patrick, had returned from World War II with emotional scars that made his temper unpredictable. From the very beginning, Susan's life was surrounded by a mixture of love, concern, and hardship. Her birth itself was complicated. She did not receive enough oxygen, and doctors initially warned her parents that she might have mild brain damage. While this diagnosis suggested limitations, Susan's innate intelligence and talent remained intact, even if misunderstood by those around her. Growing up, she often felt like an outsider in her own family. Her large household was crowded and resources were limited, creating an environment where her quieter, sensitive nature was sometimes overlooked. At school, she encountered further obstacles. Teachers labeled her a slow learner, unable to understand the depth of her potential, and often punished her harshly, failing to recognize the unique challenges she faced due to her condition. Susan also suffered from epilepsy, which caused fainting episodes that became a source of ridicule from her classmates, earning her hurtful nicknames like Susie or Simple. This constant teasing and a lack of support from authority figures left lasting emotional scars, but also cultivated a quiet strength within her. Music became her refuge. Even as she faced ridicule and exclusion, Susan discovered that singing allowed her to express herself in ways that words could not capture. Her mother, Bridget, provided a steady source of faith and encouragement, reminding her that she was special and had a gift that could one day be shared with the world. Despite this encouragement, Susan's teenage years were marked by isolation and self-doubt. She watched her older siblings leave home to pursue careers and families of their own, while she remained in Blackburn, helping care for her parents and managing responsibilities beyond her years. This sense of duty, combined with her own insecurities, limited her opportunities for social engagement and personal exploration. Even in small moments of joy, such as singing at local events or helping in church choirs, Susan felt the weight of being different from those around her. These experiences, though painful, slowly taught her resilience, patience, and the importance of inner strength. Susan also experienced her first heartbreak in her early 20s when she fell in love for the first time, only to have the relationship disrupted by her father. This experience left a deep impression on her understanding of trust and love.